Got another flashlight to look at today from Wurkkos. Let's open it up and take a look. Hey, what's up YouTube? Down the Fix-It Man. Got another quick flashlight video for you from the company Wurkkos. They reached out and asked me if I'd be willing to take a look at their new TD07 model, and I said absolutely. The chip is SFT-25R, and the color range is 6,000 to 6,500K. Got a throw of 479 meters and max lumens of 1,300. All right, well, let's take a look and see what's included in the box here. Now it says to make sure to remove the battery insulating paper disc before use, so we'll definitely take a look at that and get those out. And it comes with a little user's manual. We'll set that aside for right now. And we've got some spare O-rings, USB-C to USB-C charge cable. And here is the light. And that's got a cool little ring on it. I like the way that that feels and fits in my hand. Let's go ahead and unscrew the tail cap and remove that insulating paper. There it is right there. Just popped right out. It says remove. Now the battery here is a Wurkkos branded battery, 18350 lithium ion, 3.7 volts, 1100 milliamp hour. I'm gonna pop this back in and we'll screw that tail cap back on. Now this loop here comes off. So if you don't want this finger ring, you can take it off. I think I'm gonna keep it on. I like the way that that looks, and I also like the way that that feels, and it makes it really easy to carry. Now, as far as operating this light, it's pretty straightforward. There's 3 different selections here with the tail cap. Tactical, this middle one is lock, and then this bottom one, they call it outdoor. Now the manual has a little flow chart here of the operating instructions, and it tells you all of the options in each selection, in the tactical, the lock, and the outdoor. So if we do a half click, that goes to turbo, and man, that is bright. Now, a little bit of a warning, if you have sensitivity to flashing lights, I'm gonna press this a full click and it's gonna go into strobe momentary. And this is really bright, so just kind of a heads up. If you press it halfway, it's turbo, and if you press it all the way, it's strobe. And it's very, very bright for a little compact light. Now in lockout mode, the only thing you're gonna get is a momentary moonlight if you click that. That's it, that's lockout mode, just a moonlight, and that's all. Now in the outdoor mode, so all we need to do is switch this rotary switch to outdoor. It's a little bit different. I was playing around with this and couldn't really figure it out on my own, so I had to look at the instructions. Now if you look carefully at the operating instructions, it gives a really nicely outlined user interface, but I really just kind of glanced at that and I set this out of the way, and then I was just trying to use it myself. So I did a hard press and nothing happened. You know, I pressed that button and I thought, well, they must have sent me a defective light. That's not the case. This works just fine. I just was using it wrong. When you rotate this tail cap, the default is that it's off, so there's no light on. But also, hard press is to turn it off, not to turn it on. There's 3 ways that you can turn this on with a half click. So you're gonna do a half click and hold, and that turns it on to moonlight level. So let's hard press and turn that off. You can also just half click one time, and that turns on the last memorized mode, which in this case looks like it's low. Let's turn that off again. And then you can also half double click, and that will jump straight to turbo. And that's gonna be your brightest setting there. So let's click that again. Hard click always turns it off. Now, when you're in moonlight mode, so we're gonna half click and hold, that's moonlight mode. You can jump into the next mode, which is the last used mode, or last, they call it memory mode, by doing another half click. You see there, it just changed to low. And then if you're in low, medium, or high, or even turbo, and you want to change the light level, all you have to do is just one half click. So there's medium, there's high, and then this will just cycle through low, medium, and high, hard press to turn it off. If you want to get to turbo, all you have to do is double click from any mode. So from off right now, just double half click, and that jumps up to turbo. Let's hard press, turn that off. We're gonna do a half click press. So see, there's high, that was the last memorized mode, but you can get to turbo from here by double clicking as well. Again, all of that clicking is a half click. It's all half double click or half click. Doing a full click always turns it off. I mean, that's a really nice little compact light. Definitely something that you can easily carry around with that finger ring. You know, this can also double as a belt clip, or you can even tie a lanyard on there if you needed to, but it's a nice little lightweight compact light. and works really well. Now to charge this, there's just a little rubber plug here that you can just peel back, twist that around, and that exposes our USB-C charge port. So we're gonna get this charged up completely so that we can take this down to the park and see how that looks at night. All right, well, I'm down here at the park and I've got the Wurkkos TD07 fully charged up and ready to go. Now I've got this in the tactical position first. Let's start with that. So I'm gonna lightly press that tail cap, or about halfway down, to get right into turbo. And that is how it looks. It's a nice bright beam and it does go pretty far. It's definitely lighting up the trees out there. Let go and it turns off. That's just a momentary turbo. Now, a little bit of a warning, if you have sensitivity to flashing lights, I'm gonna go right into the strobe function, which you press a hard press on that and hold it. And that is our strobe function. You can see the pattern changes a little bit, but definitely puts out a really nice beam. Let go and it turns off. Now, if I switch the tail cap to lock position, that is only going to give us a momentary moonlight mode. Half press or hard press that button, that's all you get. And then if we switch into the last mode here, the outdoor mode, that's going to give us our other functions here. So remember, here is not a hard press. A hard press doesn't do anything. It's just that half press and hold, and that gets into the moonlight function. And then you can let go and it stays on. And then you can half press again and that will go to low. There's our medium. There's high. Press it again and it drops back down to low. Now to get to turbo, we need to do a double press or double half press. There's turbo. You can see it really puts out a lot of light for how small this little flashlight is. Take a look at that. You can see turbo really does light up this area. And then hard press and it turns off. Well, that's pretty much it for the Wurkkos TD07. Definitely a very powerful little light. I mean, for the size, I was very impressed with how much light this puts out. Now, it does have a nice tactical mini feel here, and I do like that you can put it on the tactical mode right here and have that turbo or strobe at the ready. You know, just that hard press goes right into the strobe mode. I won't do it again and blind you all, but I like that feature. And then, of course, lockout mode is nice too, because you can just light up something. For example, if you're in a tent and you just need to find something in your bag. Now, I also do like the way that that finger ring feels. I do have some pretty fat fingers and my finger fits in there without any trouble at all. And it does feel comfortable. I also like that it's rubberized. But if you don't like that, of course, you can take it off. Pretty cool little light. I'm really happy that Wurkkos reached out and sent this to me. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. And of course, I'll get a link in the description where you could pick up your own Wurkkos TD07 as well. Thanks so much for watching and good luck.